an era where it was like, you say you the best. I'm the best, and I want to prove it. It's not a lot of proving it in the game today.
Oh, listen, it was different because we would call you so many bad names in front of your family and talk about you can't. Look how you look in front of your wife, a coward. We had pride, so everybody fought everybody. No one ducked anybody. And then he made more money because then they knew that was a great fight. Even though he lost, here, let's fight this guy. Let's fight. Listen, this is the thing. It has nothing to do with you losing. It depends on how you lose. You lose spectacularly. Hey, they're gonna always use you. Depends on how you lose. You can lose and win at the same time.
Yeah, your stock can go up.
Yeah.
Some people be like, "Oh, you undefeated. You don't know. You don't understand." It's like, no, I do understand.
Yes, you do understand.
I came out on top, but I took the risk, and I had some close ones. But I also remember my last loss and how that made me feel, which made me not want to, lose again. And I just think that given the climate of the game now with the social, like, you get crucified in boxing if you lose a fight.
Because the people that watch boxing now don't understand boxing. They look at it from a physical perspective.
I agree with that.
They don't understand it at all.
Yeah. Man, Cus is grooming you and prepping you. And I saw a quote from him that thing almost brought me to tears. He said, at his age, he said, how do you stay alive? What's your motivation? He said, I'm alive because Mike gives me hope to stay alive. I have a reason with Mike here, and it gives me motivation. He said, I will stay alive, and I will watch him become a success. I will not believe until that happens. He didn't even mention really his family in that quote. He just talking about you. We talk a lot about what Cus gave to Mike Tyson, a young Mike Tyson. What do you think you gave to Cus?
Extra years of life. He was very happy that, he had to check me. Listen, it wasn't like always, hey, you're the best, I'm prima donna. He'd check me in.
Cus, and you seeing this yourself.
I watch fight films all day, all night.
Oh, I know you're a historian.
All day, yeah.
I know you're a historian. Man, Cus, he died in November of '85 at 77 years old. I think you said you were in Brooklyn or you were in one of the boroughs in New York. How did you get word of Cus' passing?
I was in Brooklyn and my manager, Jim Jacobs, had called me at the time and said, Cus has passed. And I had to go up there and see him right before he was dying. And then I talked to him and then...
He said, you ain't gonna waste all the work I put into you.
You don't fight, I'll come back and haunt you.
And you were a pallbearer at his funeral.
Yes.
And, I remember you talking about how...
The life's only purpose is to prepare us for death.
I read another quote from Cus. He said, a boy comes to me with a spark of interest. I feed that spark and it becomes a flame. I feed that flame and it becomes a fire. I feed the fire and it becomes a roaring blaze. You remember him saying that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You sound like the kid he was talking about.
Yeah, it was. I have to work on humbleness. It's an art, too. Humbleness is an art. Humbleness comes, this is what I tell my kids. Man is not born to be humble. He's made to be humbled. And no one knows our life. Hey, I'm humble, I'm quiet, I'm respectful. They have to learn to be that way. They have to be humbled.
Mm-hmm. So the second time around for you, how different was it than the first time when you got back on top again?
Well, unlike that, I was still caught up. It was the same thing. It's the same thing. But after everything went, I lost all my money and everything. Then I went on drugs, got drinking a lot, went through all my AA program, my sex addiction program, and then I realized now I'm starting over with nothing, but I'm starting with experience now. Okay. So now my financial life and my personal life is totally different than it was when I was champion.
Like losing the money, was that the main driver to the alcohol and drugs, or was it escaping?
I was just escaping. Shame, embarrassment, I think.
Should I request a drum roll?
I'm gonna leave here wondering what we missed out on.
When you fought Lennox and you started having some of them later fights, I think that's why one reason why people are so gravitated towards you through the ups, downs, and everything in between is because you're just blunt like that. You just say, man, that's why I feel, man. I feel this, I feel that. And a lot of people won't do that. They won't open up and be honest about how they feel.
Well, that's what they have to live with themselves. And being I don't know, but being untruthful to yourself is the biggest lie you could ever tell. You know, I'm not saying go and print the street. I'm this way with signs. I'm this way. We just just believe in who you are and accept who you are. I accept who I am. Let me see. I'm comfortable in my skin now. And most people are not comfortable being who they are. When I was champ, I wasn't comfortable in my skin.
But people would think that that's the most comfortable.
Yeah, that's all the role. That's more the acting about. I wasn't uncomfortable in my skin. I don't have no hang-ups. It's more for me than anyone else. You know, that's not having to do with those guys. It's just about cleaning my conscience.
Did you felt that lift, that bird lift?
Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah. And you made amends with Don too, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely.
You have any contact with him?
He's our next door neighbor, I told you.
Oh,
right?
still? I thought that.
Listen, right now, I come from destitute with no money
To that.
be his neighbor.
Yeah.
I think that's more revenge than anything.
That's wild, man. I thought you meant y'all lived next to each other back in the day,
No.
man. Oh my goodness. I think that's beautiful, man, making those amends and making peace.
All right,
And
listen,
forgiving people.
forgiveness is so powerful. People blow their brains out after being forgiven.
Because we need to be forgiven.
Yes,
So
we
we
have to
gotta-
forgive ourselves first.
That's
then
true too.
have to accept forgiveness.
I got a couple more rapid fire. I got you for
Go
like
for
10
it.
more minutes. What's the state of the game right now? Sport of boxing. You like it? Don't like it?
They have some very exciting fighters. I like a couple of fighters. I can't say, I'm not going to say it's not like when I was fighting, but the time has changed.